I'm like, we're leaving early. I got nothing else to do. I'll help you set up, right? But instead, like, she comes, why do you have to lie? Like, comes at me like 0 to 100, like, bam, why do you have to be a liar? I'm like, I'm not lying. What are you talking about? If any
Yeah.
of the guys who are usually there who do the course who are sitting outside while I'm teaching, they'd be like, this guy's here all the time. Like, we're never late to set up, right? She
Yeah.
comes in, this is why nobody likes you. I'm like, what are you talking about? Nobody likes me. Like, you're not talking about me, like people like me. You don't even know me. You're
Yeah.
talking, you're saying that because I'm white. And she says, yeah. She's like, yeah, that's why nobody likes you. It's like, wow. Like I said to her, like, do you know how racist you sound right now? And she's doing a tour guide tour, a tour
Yeah.
guide course. It's like, you you got to be careful, girl. Like,
Yeah.
like this doesn't look good. But if the shoe's on the other foot, it's absolutely horrible. But and for me, it's like, I blew it off, and I'm just like, man, like that's not that just wasn't cool. We wrapped up. I
Yeah.
was I was pissed off. Like, of course I'm pissed off, right?
Yeah.
And I have no power, right? At this point, like, what am I gonna do? Raise a big stink? Like, no, I'm gonna get shit for that, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna and like social shit. I don't want social shit, so whatever. I just wrap up my stuff. I know the people in the village and stuff. They don't know I'm fine, right? Wrap up our stuff, and well, I wished her to have a wonderful evening when I left.
And then you just went
And
away.
and it's crazy how up in Canada, like, it's like you have to feel guilty about everything that you do. Like, Canada it was an amazing country.
Was.
Like, my
That's
family,
yeah.
part of my heritage landed on the second boat from France in 1687 from France. And they built from nothing into an incredible country. And it's being torn apart from inside. Like, Yuri Bezmenov, you're familiar with
Yeah.
Yuri
Yeah.
Bezmenov,
Yeah.
right? He said it perfectly back in the Subversion of Nations. Like, and you see it happening right in front. Like, you just got to feel bad about being a Canadian. Like, of course, Canada's done some things that aren't right, just like the U.S. And
Questionable.
you
Yeah.
brought up the U.S., right? However, like, no, every human on this planet. That's the problem. This is why, like, when you watch a movie, you're okay to watch 1,000 people get slaughtered, and if one dog dies, you never watch a movie again, right?
Yeah. Well,
Like,
everyone
it's
loves to
because
watch a.
the dog is being
Everyone
a
loves to
dog, and
watch.
people,
Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, the dog's just being a dog, and you always feel bad in your attachment. But humans are inherently flawed,
Yeah.
right? Like, we all have a dark side, and that's why that guilt isn't there. And like, we're just allowing our country, Canada, just to be ripped apart. Now you work for the government that doesn't like you. Like, the big reason we moved down here. How can I live in a country that is openly pushing that it hates my beautiful blonde-haired boy?
Yeah. Exactly.
For
Right.
what? For
A-
being from a family that helped found the damn country,
And
right?
here's my thought on racism, and it's not going to be
It's
a freaking
tribalism. It's just humans.
it's not going to be a favorite of people who listen to me or whatever. But I don't care about it, right? So when I say that, I don't mean like I don't think it's wrong and people shouldn't do it, right? But growing up as a curry monster in Canada, right? There's uh yeah, I was exposed to it. People are racist to me. There's been certain incidents in my life. Like I'll quickly outline one where I was in a car accident on the highway, and my car was fucked, like totally fucked. But somehow it was still running, right? So I call my dad, and my
I
dad,
remember this. Yeah,
you remember the story, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Uh, my dad's like, well, if it's still running, drive it right to the mechanic, right? Because like there's no point. I'm like, okay, so I'm driving it. My hood's all fucked. I'm
Well, that's the
literally
car that you already had to, like,